Hey, Davey here. Welcome on the 100 Days Challenge. So we're on day 5 and progress is being made. However, progress is slow. 5 days is not enough. We have a long journey to go. Today I want to talk about a project that flopped like incredibly, but I want to share the learnings with you and basically, make sure that you don't repeat the same thing, because learning from other people is really a good thing. And thanks for watching this video. Now, here's a story. I, as a software engineer, as someone who likes challenges, I like competition. And there is a quote of Kobe Bryant, or something he said in his time when he was playing a basketball, the final, NBA final, and his team was 2-0 and out of 7. So basically the first at 4 games wins, and his team was already 2-0. And then people ask him, hey Kobe, how you feel? Happy? And then he looked at them, he said, happy for what? Job is not done. Is job done? Did we win? And yeah, it was a memorable moment in that clip. And yeah, there is this idea like don't celebrate before the job is done. So with that in mind, I got a few wins and I was like, oh, maybe I should celebrate that. But deep inside me, there is this fear of celebrating. A little anecdote here. A few days ago, I was running on this beautiful dike nearby where I live. And it's like a long 5K straight line dike. It's beautiful. It's really calm. It was a bit rainy. So you barely see anyone but 2 people with a dog. And when they overheard me coming behind them, they create a corridor so I can go through in the middle. And if you're a runner, if you're someone who does competition, you know that that corridor means it's the end of the thing, celebration, and so on and so forth. Like people are cheering you up. I politely declined that corridor. I told them, no. Oh, you both move on the side. I'm going on the right side of things. And they were like, oh yeah, sorry. And then I continue. It's the stupid thing, but the reality there is I have a hard time celebrating wins, really. I still remember my partner, like me going home, and my ex-partner telling me, oh, have you signed a client today? And I'd be like, no, you never know, you're probably celebrating too early, and so on and so forth. But it did happen that I celebrated things. So now back to today's lesson. You will say celebrating your wins is one thing. It's a lesson thing, but yeah, never mind. The lesson today is about the product. So the story is the following. In July, there was this Tour de France going around the country. I'm in France right now, and it goes between small villages, mid-sized villages, cities, and then it ends up in Paris, the big city. But in some of these villages, it's basically the number of people following the tour like outperform the number of people living in that city. Like around Alpe d'Huez, you get about 3,000, 4,000 people living there. I cannot give you the right number, but it's meaningless compared to the 500,000 to 1 million people that show up during those 2 days of Tour de France. So me as an entrepreneur, seeing the Tour de France and I love the bike, but I'm also curious, how do they make money? How do the cities that host them make money? How does a city that has 3, 4, 5 hotels gonna host millions of people? Of course, the city turn into a giant parking, a giant camping car. They put signs everywhere so people can actually park. And I thought, Tour de France is everywhere. Tour de France is a monument, and there's Tour de France, a Vuelta, Giro, and the same thing is happening all around the world, in the cycling world. And then I thought, well, let's just build an app called Last Minute Camping, so that people can find, when they do this, they follow these two, they can just find spot where they can go and safely know that they can park their van and sleep there, and so on and so forth. The app was built in 4 hours. Payment, all the things included, and hosts can just print a QR code, put that in front of their house, share that on Facebook, and the app will actually even do the heavy lifting of like sharing for them on Facebook and creating tons of posts around that. Well, the first people who started using that, it was funny because they had a lot of space, and they printed these QR code in a beautiful manner and put that on their terrain, and they could host like 20 people easily on their empty terrain. But funny enough, the app only collected 2 payments. But that day, it produced €500, but only 2 payments went through the app. Where did the rest go? Well, the rest went through just people printing. So they just print on the cardboard the P sign of parking, and then €20, and then put that on the way that people can just quickly identify the thing and then enter their thing. And I think that the app made more money than that, because people then realize, okay, either I provide them that P sign in the thing, or they can just manually go and write the P and then the amount they wanted to charge. Some people were charging €60, €20, and so on and so forth. So the lesson there was the tech was not fundamentally needed to make that a first experiment work, right? The tech should have probably used the tech just to amplify the messages, amplify the fact that you could also rent your little garage, and but fundamentally, at some point I was like, it should be called last minute parking and not camping, because it turned out to be more about camping parking than camping. So yeah, that's the story. Sometimes you just don't need to build the tech. So with that in mind, I'm gonna go back and build and keep building. Once again, 100 days. The goal is to get to €1 million in revenue and run that sub-3 marathon. And I will get there. I guarantee you, I will get there. Life is hard, but just push through. I see you on tomorrow for the next video. Cheers.